Welcome along to the Rugby Obsession Deep Dive. If you really want to get under the skin of what's happening with the Springboks, definitely hit subscribe to Rugby Obsession. You'll get more in-depth chats just like this one. Today, we're diving into, well, quite an interesting piece from the South African website. The headline reads, Springboks have to evolve to remain a force. It gives us a really good look into the Bucks' recent alignment camp, and specifically the key message from Rassie Erasmus. So our plan today is to kind of unpack the main points, figure out what this whole evolution thing means for the team, and, what it might mean for you watching the games.
Yeah, it's interesting that word evolution. Straight away, it signals they're not resting on their laurels. The article mentions this successful second alignment camp in Cape Town. Sounds like it was a mix of, boardroom stuff, strategy talks, plus an optional gym session.
And they had the overseas guys dialing in too, right?
Exactly, which I think is key. Shows they're making a real effort to keep everyone connected and aligned no matter where they're playing their club rugby.
It wasn't just passive listening either, was it? They mentioned players getting involved in Outfox virtual training sessions to get to grips with these new structures. What do you reckon those might actually involve, tactically?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Look, new structures could mean anything, really. Maybe tweaks to attacking shapes, refining defensive patterns, possibly adapting how they approach the breakdown. Using virtual tools suggests they want the players to kind of understand the concepts, the why, before they even get on the training pitch.
Yeah, sort of embedding the theory first.
Right. Could make the transition smoother when they do come together properly.
And the core message, the big theme coming out of the camp, was Rassie saying they need to evolve. That was the wrap-up message. He also sounded pretty pumped for the season, didn't he? Especially that Babas game in Cape Town.
Oh, definitely. He mentioned an electric vibe among players and coaches. That's always a good sign. If everyone's buying into this need to adapt, this evolution mindset, it creates a really strong starting point for, well, what's going to be a tough season?
Yeah.
And he seemed confident, saying that they're on the right track with planning, even though most players are still deep in their club seasons.
Suggests good organization behind the scenes.
Yeah, meticulous planning. You'd expect nothing less, really.
And it's not just Rassie pushing this. The article says the coaches have been working tirelessly to improve our structures, really trying to build on last season, not just repeat it. And apparently, the players responded well to the changes, the adaptations they've made. That must be encouraging for the coaching team.
Absolutely. You need that player buy-in. It reinforces that point, doesn't it? That staying at the very top, it requires constant work. Looking for those small gains, adapting your game.
Complacency is the enemy, I guess.
Pretty much. Acknowledging they have to continue to evolve to remain a force shows they understand the challenge. It's not a one-off thing. It's continuous.
Always looking ahead.
Right. Especially with, as Erasmus put it, a challenging season ahead. He seems pleased with the off-field progress, though. Ready for what's coming.
It was also good to read about the new guys involved. Vincent Chituka, Notokozo Makasa, Warno Augustus, who joined virtually from England.
Yeah, it's great.
Erasmus sounded happy with their enthusiasm, saying the experience would be huge for their careers.
And that interaction is vital, isn't it?
Yeah.
You've got guys who've been in the system since, 2018, rubbing shoulders with these newer players.
Yeah.
The article mentioned they were all eager to learn from each other, the experienced guys and the coaches. That cross-pollination of ideas, that's fantastic for team culture and development.
Creates a good environment.
Definitely. That mix of seasoned experience and fresh energy, it's often where the magic happens. You need both for sustained success, for that evolution we're talking about.
So looking forward then, the article reminds us Rassie's set to name his squad for the June training camp pretty soon, which kicks off the prep for a massive run of games. That Barbarians match, then the incoming series, the Rugby Championship, the end-of-year tour. It's packed.
Phew. Yeah. No let up.
And hey, if you're finding this chat about the Bucks plans useful, just a quick reminder to subscribe to Rugby Obsession. You won't miss our future deep dives.
And that schedule, that sheer volume of top-level rugby, it just underlines why this evolution is so necessary, doesn't it? They can't just have one way of playing. They need to be adaptable, flexible across different opponents, different conditions, different competitions.
Yeah, you need multiple tools in the toolbox.
Exactly. That progress off the field, Erasmus mentioned, it's likely tied directly to developing that adaptability, those new structures.
Right. Now, the article finishes with a really interesting point, actually. It throws a question out there directly to you, the listener. It asks, what part of the Springboks game need to be evolved?
Ooh, good question.
Yeah. And they're inviting comments, or you can send a WhatsApp to 06-010-011 with your thoughts. A chance to, get involved.
It is a great question for fans to chew on.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you see when you watch them? Are there specific areas, maybe an attack, where they could be a bit more unpredictable, perhaps?
Or maybe something around the breakdown or the kicking strategy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
When you look at the other top teams, what are they doing differently? Where could the Bokkes potentially sharpen up or innovate? We genuinely love to hear what you think.
Absolutely. Your insights as passionate fans are, well, they're invaluable, really. So, yeah, what do you think needs to evolve in the Springboks game? Let us know. Drop a comment, send that WhatsApp 0600 We're always keen to hear your perspective. And please don't forget to subscribe to Rugby Obsession so you catch our next deep dive into the world of rugby. Thank you so much for listening to the Rugby Obsession Deep Dive today. We look forward to you joining us for our next episode.